behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you for joining us. We got a great interview coming up shortly. But before we begin, don't forget about the subscribe button and bell buttons below you there. And you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. And also pay attention to the description because we're going to have contact info for you there. And we'll also have it at the closing credits at the end of the show. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada today, we have Dave Goodbrand from the band Barstool Confession, and they're a very awesome artist and band, and I think you're really going to love them. And we'll get to that in a second, but first there's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show and TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away, we'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Toronto, Ontario, Canada today, we have Dave Goodbrand from the band Barstool Confessions. Thanks for joining us, Dave.
Hey, how you doing? It's good to be on the show.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here today. Well, how did it all begin as far as music goes, and how did you get your band together? We would like to know that as well.
Well, the band we started this band, Barstool Confession, probably about 6 years ago, and it was more of just to kind of have an outlet, just play music. I took about a 25-year hiatus from music. Mm-hmm. I was in a band in my late teens, early 20s, and was somewhat successful, and then decided that I was going to pursue a career, spent a lot of time in a career, and then had kids, and just kind of just played my acoustic guitar in my basement at the cottage. And then a friend of mine and I realized both of us had played music and decided to form a band. Didn't think we'd do anything other than play in our garage. And next, we're kind of opening for larger acts and playing in local bars. And then from there, we just decided, well, if we're going to start kind of pursuing the music thing a little bit more and being more serious, opening for bigger acts, obviously better if you have some of your own music. We started kind of writing our own music, and now it's kind of just taken off, and we're just really pleased with where our music's going. And it's becoming addictive. To obviously playing cover songs is great, but when you play your own music and you can see people enjoy the music you write and the lyrics you write, it makes it that much more rewarding. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you guys are really good, and hopefully we'll have many years ahead of you. So hope you have good luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, what were some of the influences of you guys? I mean, I'm sure you grew up listening to some great, bands over the years, that are really, legendary. Give us some of those.
Well, I mean, we started in the rock genre, really. I mean, a lot of us are old rockers, and I grew up on country. My dad was a long distance truck driver, and
Mhm.
obviously big into Conway Twitty and Merle Haggard, and I remember Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers and all that in my day growing up. So I was always had a musical background of between my dad with country and my brothers who were older than me with rock. I kind of had a bit of both. So my original bands were rock, and our band started out as rock, but it's just been in the last year we've decided to start kind of diving into the kind of country rock genre.
Mhm.
And that's where you see with our newest single that came out last week, Tamed, it's a country song. It was released in the country market. But if you go to our Apple Music or our Spotify, we actually kind of basically are classified as rock, but now we have a country single. So it, we definitely that's how kind of where we started with the industry, and then writing our own music has been a big part of that. And kind of going into, so influences wise, like I said, I listened to stuff like that with my dad. But with old rockers, I mean, being an American show, you probably don't know some of the bands that I was influenced by in Canada. But one of the bands that was a big influence for a lot of us is the Tragically Hip, which was a big Canadian band. And then my bass player and drummer, they love Rush and they love Dream Theater and some of these other things. I'm from a country standpoint, I really like Josh Ross. I like Billy Zimmerman. I like some of the newer stuff, some Nate Smith. And our guitarist, he's kind of the same, like kind of is leaning towards listening to the country or the highway on Sirius XM. So that's kind of my go-to right now. It's funny, I used to tune into the Sirius XM channels more like Lithium and more rock-based stuff. But in the last year, I've really been listening to country and new age country. So I'm finding that that's becoming my writing style. Stuff I'm listening to is I'm tending to write like that now. So that's, if you listen to Tamed, it's a country song, but has a rock edge to it. And that's kind of, I'd like to describe us ourselves as not really country, but not really rock, but hybrid. And that's kind of what we were happy to be. Is if you came to one of our shows, we're going to play some country music. We're going to play some rocky country music. We're going to play some country covers, and we're going to play some rock covers, and we're going to make it a fun show. So that's kind of where we're at.
Well, that's good, and I remember Tragically Hip, and they
Yeah.
were, and you mentioned Rush, obviously they're legendary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can definitely see that in some of your music, and especially the country sounds that you have on there. Uh,
Yeah.
well, how could we find you on the internet? I guess you're on all streaming platforms. You're on social media. And do you have an official website? Tell us all that.
Yeah, well, you can find us on any of the music streamable music platforms, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube. We're pretty well across the genre, Spotify. And then we have our website, which is barstoolconfession.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that's confession, not confessions. So a lot of people kind of throw the S in there, but if you're looking for us and you put the S at the end of the www Barstool Confessions, you won't get us. So you got to keep it Barstool Confession. But I mean, and we're on YouTube. You can search our channel on YouTube with some of the videos that we have. We're pleased. Like, I mean, we're happy. We just found out, we just released Tamed last Thursday, so it's not even been a week, and we just got notified by our publicist that it went into the top 30 countdown and the iTunes countdown in UK. It's also got into the top 10 of some of the internet radio stations in Australia. So I mean, we're pleasantly surprised at where it's gone in less than a week. It's kind of interesting for us to see our first country single right there with Luke Combs and Zach Bryan and Dolly Parton and all these things. When you look at the screenshot of our song at number 30 and surrounded by all these amazing artists that have influenced us, so it's kind of cool where we're going, and we're looking forward to kind of this journey into the country rock genre. So I mean, definitely likes are huge. I mean, in the world, when you kind of meet people in the music business, the first thing they want to know is how many followers do you have and how many likes do you have. That seems to be the way it's going, opposed to how good of music you play. But yeah, the more people that go and check out our music on these platforms and like our music and throw the thumbs up and share our music with other people so it gets out there. I mean, that's what makes me happy. And that's what makes us happy as a band, the music we create. If it gets shared and more people around outside of our area, but like in the USA and UK and Australia and around the world can hear our music and enjoy the music we create, that's what makes it special. I mean, it's not about fame. It's not about money. To me, it's about knowing people and enjoy the music we create. And that's the big thing.
Okay, well, that's good. I hope you guys keep going up the charts there. And
So anyway, if you want him, like you said, check out his music and their music. You just go to all those streaming sites and the website and the social media sites, and I know then he will love you for that. So
Yeah.
support them. And a couple of times you mentioned the song "Tamed," which you said just came out. Is there a story behind the song? We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, the song "Tamed." I write all my music from the concept, from the guitar, and then the band helps obviously write the composition as a whole, and everybody puts their part into it. But I tend to be the lyricist of the band, so when I write my music, it's not about me. It's about putting myself in the shoes of others. And some of my music can sound like I'm going through a breakup or whatever. I'm married with kids, and it's nothing like that. But "Tamed" is really about when I was writing it, is about going through some struggles in life and joy too, and trying to tame these emotions that you go through. I mean, from anger to happiness to sadness to you know, even panic or whatever. Is some of these emotions that we get just can't be tamed, and that's kind of the premise of the song. Is that, you know, no matter how hard you try to control it, you just sometimes can't. And, you know, I recently put down one of our animals, and as much as you think it's not a big deal, the day you do it, you know, there's no taming the emotion of sadness, no matter how hard I tried. And that's what the song's about, is really, in the songs we write, I try to write the lyrics to apply to everybody in any given situation and make it very, very kind of open. It's not very specific to one thing. So, you know, I hope when people listen to it, they can apply it to something in their life. All of our music's written like that, that you can listen to it and go, that works for me in the situation I'm in. And so, yeah, "Tamed" and all of our music is written like that, to really be about others being able to take the song and go, that works for me and where I'm at in my life. And that's what "Tame's" about. It's really about struggling with emotions and trying to tame those emotions. And sometimes they can't be.
Okay, and it is a great song, and I know you all out there are going to love it just as much as I do. And we're going to get to that song in 1 second. But before we do, Dave, we want to thank you so much for being on the show. We'd love to have you back again sometime if you got anything new to plug for us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, and I'd love to come back another time. Maybe, hopefully, we'll be able to come back and tell you what continue climbing the charts. But you know, at the end of the day, even if we don't, we're just happy that we enjoy the music, and others have said they enjoy it, and that's all that matters.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to that. And now here it is, Tamed by Barstool Confession, and it begins right now.
Thank
Take back the words that you never gave me. Can't ever say that you tried to save me. Days fall away like leaves rain down with the cold fall breezes. Memories fade like a worn down man that's lost his dreams. And out from beyond the shadows come these feelings that I can't take, never be tamed, can never be tamed. Hit me like a cold rain, can never be tamed, can never be tamed. Can't get back the blame that you never admit to. Can't ever say that your words felt true. Days float away like drifting down a stream with the calm spring breezes. Memories fade like a torn down man that can never please him. Out from beyond the shadows come these feelings that I can't take, never be tamed, can never be tamed. Hit me like a freight train, can never be tamed, can never be tamed. my heart can hear.